Alright, Void. So we are on movie 4 that we're recording on so far. So off to a good start. Probably the last one I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be watching another one after midnight, but probably won't get around to recording that one until tomorrow morning. So, probably the last video I'm posting for today, but 4 on the 1st of October. Pretty good. Pretty good on keeping pace on this. Now, Uh, and my next one, so far I've been jumping streaming services. I started with Shudder and Mad God, moved on to Tubi and The Giant Claw, and then hit up HBO Max for House, and now I am on Netflix. Now, there's not nearly as many on Netflix that I'm really looking to see right now. And that's unfortunate. Also, is it me or is Netflix's organization system getting worse? I mean, before could you just click on like a genre and scroll through everything in that genre? Now it's like divided up into like subcategories so obnoxiously that you can't get just all of the movies of one genre. It's and some of them are in some subgenre, but not others, and I can't tell what I'm missing or their library is a mess right now for that. So I'm not a big fan of Netflix's current organization. Maybe it's just because I don't use it very much that I just don't know how to work it. But you figure you click on horror, you'll see all the horror films. Anyway, so I picked a movie that I had been meaning to see several years ago and never really got past that point. And that is Blair Witch. Now, I've seen, but not yet reviewed, both the first and second Blair Witch Project movies. And I'll be honest, I don't really care for the first Blair Witch. Yeah, I said it. Characters, I don't enjoy spending time with them wandering through the woods. I respect what they're trying to do, doing the Lost in the Woods found footage angle, and it should work, but something about it just bores and annoys me. I mean, I do enjoy found footage movies. I review a lot of found footage movies. It's a genre I particularly do enjoy. So I don't know why the Blair Witch Project doesn't do it for me. Blair Witch, Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 is universally disliked. I actually didn't really mind it, oddly enough. I mean, I think it was great, but it was, at least for me, entertaining. Well, it's definitely mean spirited, and I could see where a twist coming a mile away. But I found it entertaining. So here we came to Blair Witch. Now, I had some friends who saw this one years ago and said, yeah, they liked it. Or it was at least fine. So, it's okay. I had hopes on this one because I do keep wanting this franchise to pull me in, but so far, eh. So this one picks up following the brother of the main girl from the first Blair Witch. This one makes no references to Book of Shadows, but that was whether that's actually the same continuity or not is up for debate. Now, so a friend of his who's doing a documentary, and then his childhood friend and his childhood friend's girlfriend are all trekking out to the woods to look for his sister after they found then after online surfaced a new image of what he believes to be his sister. And so he makes contact with some people on the deep web who posted it, and go with them out into the woods. Those are kind of more locals that said they found the tape out there, and off they go. Once they cross the creek, which the locals seem a little hesitant to, they end up camping and in the middle of the night hear strange noises. In the morning, wake to the wooden figures and start to say, okay, enough, we out. But the main guy is kind of happy that he's at least found something supernatural that, hey, that's proved something's going on out here. Maybe we can get a police to open the case. On the way back, turns out the townies just were trying to scare them away because they didn't fake the noises, but were freaked out and wanted to get everyone going out of there, especially since they all woke up at 2 in the afternoon. Well, the locals end up going off on their own, and our main characters are now trapped out there in the woods. And then it's pretty much redoes the first one of wandering alone, or wandering in the dark in the woods, trying to find the way out now. And it's okay. So I liked it more than the first one, I'll give it that. But 2 comments. First, one girl cuts her foot on a rock and then later pulls like a root or something out of her leg. Interesting, but the ruins did leg vine moving things so much better. And this movie ain't no ruins. And next, they show the witch. Blair Witch, I think's power came a lot more from the ambiguity of whether there was or wasn't a witch, or whether there was, or what this being in the woods would have looked like. I appreciate the design a little bit. They kind of indicate that she might have been stretched out from the way she was executed, but they pretty much just turned into a gangly naked monster that just chases them around, screaming like one of the rabid zombies out of Wreck. So yeah, having a little bit of a problem here. If they had just gave it occasional almost glances, I would have been fine, but they show her too much. In most movies, I do want to see the monster. I admit that, but Blair Witch, the way they did the first one, it's minimalism where they don't, was creepier. I will say that. I will say the ending scenes of the first Blair Witch were creepy. This one, it loses it all. Plus, they try to add in the whole... In the first one, they had the mythology of made them stand in the corner while they killed the others. This one, they more make it this weird thing where they stand in the corner so they don't look at her because then she'll only kill the people who see her. I'm not sure if that's how we really want to do this. Are you doing Darkness Falls now? Is she the Tooth Fairy? Yeah. I don't know. It was okay. The characters I did like, I will say, except for his best friend. He was just too aggressive towards the locals. But... And Lane, I think his name was, one of the 2 locals. It was Lane and Talia. Lane also was a little much at times. He just wasn't very good at communicating and seemed a bit asinine. But I liked everybody else. So I will say the characters were likable. The acting was good. Just... There's only so much they could work with here. I don't know. 5 MacGuffins is what I can do for this one. I'll say it's average. As much as I'm complaining about it, there's nothing like fundamentally wrong with it. Using a drone is probably unnecessary and just playing to the fads, but I've seen worse gimmicks in films, and they really don't spend too much time on it. Though having the one girl with her hurt foot climbing a tree to try to get the drone is like, girl, you should know better. I don't know. I had more hopes for this one, I guess, so just a little disappointing. Alright, all on this one.